We will take the Atheist of Ireland representative, Mr. Michael Nugent, and Ms. Jane Donnelly. You're very welcome.
Thank you. We're here because the 1983 amendment to our Constitution has constrained our public ethics. We should not need 3 days of parliamentary hearings to discuss how a doctor in a hospital should save the life of a dying woman. That should be the absolute minimum, rock-bottom ethical standard that we should automatically assume from our health system. The ABC case requires you to vindicate this right. It does not require you to limit yourself to only doing this. So please do not ignore the suffering of pregnant women whose health is at risk, or who are victims of rape or incest, or whose fetuses have a fatal abnormality. Please, as well as your other work here, recommend removing the 1983 amendment so that you can democratically decide, without these restraints, on public policies that are appropriate for the Ireland of 2012. As atheists, we ask you to respect our human right to freedom of conscience. As atheists, we form our own individual ethical beliefs, including on issues such as abortion. But there is one belief which unites us, which is we do not get our morality from God's. And so our laws should not be based on what other people believe the creator of the universe is telling them to impose on us. For example, Cardinal Brady has explicitly told you that as legislators, you should remember that the right to life is conferred on us by the Creator. Now please think about the enormity of that claim and the lack of evidence to support it, and its irrelevance to your deliberations and duties as legislators as opposed to in your personal life. Because even if you believe that there is a creator, as I know many of you do, there is no pathway from that belief to taking any particular specific ethical position on these issues. You cannot argue that the universe had a beginning, therefore it must have had a creator, therefore you cannot legislate for abortion. There's no cause and effect between these ideas. We don't get our morality from religion. We apply our own natural morality to religion. So what are we as Atheist Ireland asking you to do in your deliberations? Well, we're asking you that whatever laws that you pass, please base them on human rights and compassion, and on applying reason to empirical evidence. Please respect that individual ethical decisions should be made on the basis of personal autonomy and individual conscience, while respecting the rights of others. And please respect that ethical decisions on the issue of abortion and pregnancy should be made by the pregnant woman in consultation with her medical team. Please also consider these specific human rights issues with regard to the issues you're discussing. In X, the court said that the risk to life must be real and substantial, but need not be inevitable or immediate. In ABC, the court said that obtaining an abortion abroad constitutes a significant psychological burden on pregnant women. In D, the Irish government said that it is an open question as to whether a pregnant woman with a fatal fetal abnormality has a right to an abortion. Ireland is obliged under various international human rights conventions to respect the equal right of women to health and to physical and psychological integrity. The 1983 amendment is incompatible with our human rights obligations, and it discriminates against women on the grounds of physical and mental health. Finally, the X case has already ruled that a suicidal woman has a right to an abortion in Ireland. You have a duty to legislate to vindicate that right. But please don't do it by passing a restrictive law that assumes that pregnant women are lying. Because if you do that, you run the risk of another personal tragedy happening. That a suicidal woman may be denied an abortion, she may go on to commit suicide, there may be public outrage and the law may be changed, but it would be too late for that woman. It took a raped teenage child to establish the right to legal abortion in Ireland. It has taken the death of a miscarrying woman to bring us to these hearings today. Please, please stop this unethical pattern of lawmaking by response to personal tragedies. Please do not limit yourself to the minimal possible response to X and ABC and D and the expert group. Please legislate comprehensively based on human rights and compassion. And I will end by saying, please respect the rights of religious people to believe in their gods. And please respect their right to live their lives in accordance with their religious values, but not to impose their religious values on pregnant women who do not share those religious values. Thank you very much.